Hey guys, I am Ashley White and I'm in Kentucky. Thankfully, we have a little bit of spring weather right now, so I'm taking all the sunshine in. I'm loving it. I'm feeling awesome. And then I have allergies, so whatever. But I'm excited, so I'm not going to complain. We're so excited to have y'all here with us tonight. And we're just going to share a little bit about how we got started as a promoter with Prove It. What does that even mean? What are the options to get started? What does it mean to share ketones? How can you do this too? So I have my best friend Mandy on here with me. We have been doing this the same amount of time. She actually introduced me to Prove It. So I'm eternally grateful for her, and she's stuck with me basically forever, whether she wants to be or not. So hopefully she's excited about that. So we're just going to kind of keep this really casual, but get right down to it. And hopefully y'all are here for the nitty gritty, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to share our stories, how we got started. We're going to talk about money, because I think that's often what most people want to hear about. They need the extra income. They really, either need a full-time income, they need side income, they need to pay off some debt. They want to know what they can do here. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our Dollar Keto Club. If you're not familiar with that, we'll get into it a little bit more, but it's a really exciting way of getting started right now for only $1. We're going to talk about different flavors. We're going to talk about our promoter pack options, free ketones, and how you can share this with your friends. So I'm going to dive right into it and tell you a little bit about me and my family and how this fits into my life. So y'all, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but almost 6 years ago, 2016, it was right before Thanksgiving, Mandy called me on the phone. Honestly, it was a FaceTime, or might have been a Zoom, just like this. And she was like, hey, so I've been drinking ketones for a couple weeks. No big deal. I really didn't want to tell you about it. I wanted to go 2 full weeks and feel awesome and not share it with you, because I'm not that good of a friend, it turns out, after all. But I'm going to tell you about it now. So let's do this business together. And I was like, what in the world? Why would you not tell me immediately? But I forgave her, and we decided to do this together. And honestly, y'all, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. I've never heard of keto diet. I've heard of low carb. Look at Brittany, sweet little nephew. I had tried low carb, but I'm from the South. We eat for everything. Like, somebody gets a report card, no matter what grades are on there, we're going to celebrate and we're going to eat food, right? Birthday party, it's a 10-course meal. We got to eat for everything. We cook a million things for every meal. So we like to eat. So I did low carb, but I was still eating the pizza. I was eating the birthday cake. I was eating, Mexican every day. Every day is Cinco de Mayo for me. So I'm just celebrating all the food options. So I was never one of those people that could do anything super strict, and I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to live my life and feel amazing at the same time. If anybody else feels that way too, please raise your hand. Tell me I'm not alone. You just want to eat and live your best life, but also be your ideal size, right? Okay. So I couldn't do the keto diet. I just knew that. When I heard about ketones, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do the keto diet. Praise the Lord. You don't have to do the keto diet when you drink ketones. I was really thankful to hear that. But I didn't know much about it, and y'all didn't care. I didn't say, hey, shoot me over the ingredients. I'd love to know what's in this, who makes it, where it comes from, what the lab is like, because I didn't care about that. My best friend told me about something. I said, hey, I'll try it. Let's see what happens. But turns out at that time I was broke. And honestly, y'all, I was in such a dark place. It's honestly so hard for me to even remember that, because it feels like so long ago. And it's hard for me to imagine that I allowed myself to get into such a place and kind of hid it from people that I loved and cared about, and just stayed in such a dark area. And I'm so thankful that I'm not there anymore. But 6 years ago, I was married in a really unhealthy relationship. It did not serve me. I needed to get out of that, but I didn't see an end. I didn't see how I was going to be able to do that. My dad had passed away unexpectedly. I was helping to take care of my mom financially, and I just didn't have any excess anything. Everything I had plus more was going on to credit cards to help pay for medical bills that my mom had. She had been going through breast cancer, paying off things that, debt that she had since my dad had passed away, and really just me trying to survive. And on top of all that, I kind of lost myself along the way. And I just kind of buried myself in pretending like I was okay. Has anybody else ever done that before? You've acted like you were okay on the outside, on the inside, you were struggling. And most likely, you don't tell Facebook and the world, hey, I'm struggling. I'm in debt up to my ears and I'm stressed out and I can't sleep at night. Somebody help me. Like, I wasn't saying that. So I had been praying though, y'all. I had been looking online for things that I could do from home online, that honestly, I was thinking, I don't want to be embarrassed and tell my friends I've got to get a second job. So I want to do something from home online that I don't have to tell people about. So I have been researching stuff. So I've been praying about it, asking God to send me the right thing, whatever that was. Please help me. And Mandy, when she FaceTimed me, I had such an overwhelming emotional response to it. And I really think it was because I knew God had sent that. That's what he was telling me to do. So y'all, put my first post up on Facebook, knowing nothing about ketones, only my experience and how I was feeling. And I had paid for my first box on a credit card that y'all had literally just enough available credit left. I think it was $150 left in available credit for me to buy this. And I didn't even tell her that. But that's literally what I had. And I was like, if this works, dear Lord, it has to work immediately. I got to get this stuff paid off. I had all the benefits on day one because I prayed for them. So I had them on day one. And the rest kind of happened pretty quickly. And I won't go through all the stuff about ketones because if you're drinking ketones, you're here for that. You already know about that jazz. So we're going to skip right to the fun stuff. In 6 weeks, so the middle of November to the end of December, I was able to pay off all of my credit card debt that I had acquired from helping my mom and stuff that I was trying to do. And I made more income in those 6 weeks than I had made my entire previous year as a mortgage loan officer. Now, my back was against the wall and I had stuff to do. So I got to work. I didn't waste any time. And I said, I think this is an opportunity that can really work for me and my family. So I'm going to go all in. I didn't waste time. I didn't get the product and sit on it and just chill. I didn't have all this stuff and not talk to anybody. Like I was connected to the people in our organization, which you're going to get to meet if you're not already a promoter within our company and our community. And they told me, hey, Ashley, if you want to be successful and you want to do these things, you're telling me you want to pay off this debt. You're telling me you want to leave this marriage. You're telling me you want these things. Do X, Y, and Z. And I said, okay, I'll do it. So I was leadable and teachable and coachable. So I did those things. I stayed up late. I worked, I reached out to people. I messaged people on Facebook. I text my friends. I saw people in the grocery store and I told them about it. I was basically a walking billboard. I was drinking the product. I was really excited about it. And so those things happened for me. Okay. Now, my story might not be the same story that you have, my past story or my present, but all I know is I had a burning desire. I had a need for this. Something had to change for me. This had to work. It turns out Prove It ended up being the biggest financial blessing of my life. And not only that, it's introduced me to an entire community of people that I truly call my best friends now. If I'm going on a trip, I'm calling those people and they're going to meet me there. If I'm making a big life decision, I'm calling those people and saying, hey, what do you think about this before I do it? Like those are the people that I'm bonded with now for life because we're like-minded. We have the same goals and dreams. We want the same things. They're excited for my family when I win. They're sad for me when I'm not winning and vice versa. So not only did I get the income blessing from Prove It, not only did I get the luxury car bonus from Prove It that we offer when you reach our champ level, which we can talk about that too, but I got an entire family of people that I can't imagine living my life without. And it was all because I said, yes, I'll try these ketones. I need something to feel better. But more than that, I need this income opportunity to change my life, to change my mom's life, to leave that marriage, to have a better life, to do the things that I used to say I wanted to do and I forgot about them. And I was able to do that. So we'll go more into that about what all I had to do to get there and stuff. And Mandy's going to share her story too. But I wanted to be real with y'all. The Ashley that maybe you've never met me before, and maybe you have, but the Ashley that you see today is not who I was 6 years ago. I was struggling then. I could not have afforded to do anything extra. Heck, I remember one time I had a flat tire. I couldn't change it. Like I just could not go get another one. You know what I mean? There were times when I couldn't get my oil changed. There were times when medical bills went to collections, like things like that were my life at the time. Now, things look a lot different for me. I can pay all my bills on time. I don't have to stress about it. If something unexpected comes up or there's an emergency, I can say yes to a lot more things. I can help my mom with stuff. I can do little things for myself sometimes if I want to. So my life looks a lot different. And honestly, it's all because I said, hey, I'm kind of scared and I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm going to give this a shot and see what happens. And it turns out that it worked for me and my family. And I'm really excited about y'all being here tonight. So hang tight with us. I'm going to introduce you to Mandy Mitchell. If you don't know her, she was the one I was just talking about. I want her to share her story because it looks a little bit different than mine, but we've been doing this together for the same amount of time and you're going to love her. Mandy.
Hi. I would love, while I'm chatting, y'all, if you have questions that you're hoping get answered while you're on this Zoom with us, I would love for you, if you're brave enough, to pop them in the chat, because Ashley and I for sure have an agenda, things that we think are important, things that are always at the top of our heart, that we want to share with you, because they're the things that excite us the most about what we do, and they're the things that were the most impactful for us as we started this business and as we share this business with other people. But your question might be something that we didn't even think about. So I would love, if you have a very specific question and you're hoping we answer it, if you would just pop it in the chat, so that if it's something we weren't thinking about going over, we can try and fit it in, or if we can't fit it in, we know to follow up with you afterwards. So again, hi, my name is Mandy. I've been drinking and sharing ketones for the same amount of time as Ashley. I did introduce it to her. I am a Rudy Rutabaga, and did not tell her about ketones for a handful of weeks, like she mentioned. And if I could give you any piece of advice at all, it is don't be a Mandy, and tell the people that you love right away. Don't wait until you know for sure if this is going to work, because it is going to work. Don't wait to figure out if this is what you think it is, because it is what you think it is. And so I learned the hard way when Ashley says she was overcome with emotion because this is what she prayed for. I think that she's being kind. She was also overcome with emotion because she could not believe that her bestie would keep something like this from her for 4 weeks before she told her, 3 or 4 weeks before she told her that she found this magic and she found this incredible opportunity. She is still mad. I'm still mad at myself. But listen, my story is a little bit different here, and I love sharing this because, every time we do one of these calls, or every time I talk to anyone about the business, I always hear from people, oh, I don't know, not really a big fan of network marketing, or I don't know, I kind of have this, I'm not really sure if this is the kind of thing I want to do, or oh, I'm not really sure if I'm a salesperson. And just drop a one in the chat, or give me some kind of secret nod if that's ever crossed your mind. You don't even have to be super visual about it. It's okay. Oh, look, at least one person. Ashley, she's the one. Okay, good. Okay, couple people. The reason why I love sharing my story with you is because I actually love this industry. Even with all the weird stuff that happens in it, even with all of the hey girl, hey messages that I've gotten over the last, ever since social media has existed, even with all of the really uncomfortable home parties I've been invited to, even with all of the attempts I've made at selling things like Avon, where I've had to, or like Mary Kay, where I've had to like touch someone's face, like even all of those things that I didn't love, I have always really appreciated this industry, because as somebody who was a school teacher, that's what I went to school for, that's what my degree is in, that's where I spent all of my money, well, my stepdad's money, that's where I spent all of my stepdad's money on a degree. That's where I spent 5 years of school and all of my summers for those 5 years, like getting an education, and all of my 60 plus hours a week in a real job, working for other people's families. I did not make any money. And I always had to have a second job, always. And when I became a mom, the only way that I could really bring home any other income, even if it was just to do the little things extra for myself that I wanted to do, was to do something like this. If I wanted some of the eyeliner from Avon, really the only way I was going to get it was if I was an Avon rep. If I wanted the exfoliating stuff from Mary Kay, really the only way I was going to get it was if I was a Mary Kay rep. If I wanted the Scentsy stuff inside of my house, really the only way I was going to get it was if I was a Scentsy rep. Does that make sense? So I've always really appreciated this opportunity that this industry gave people. And I say women, but people. It gave anybody who wanted this opportunity to be able to make extra money from home. I think it is an incredible business model. I think it's incredible for the brands who have embraced it. But I also think it's flawed. And when I found Prove It, I found something so very different. So I was still at a place in my life, even after trying all of the things, even after sharing jewelry. And Ashley, if you could, I don't know if you can mute everybody, but thank you. Even after trying to share jewelry and cooking utensils and diet pills and face creams and home fragrances, even after trying all of the things to share all of the things with people, right? I never really found my home. I never really found something that I could be excited about. And maybe it was because the products just weren't something I was super in love with. I mean, I haven't put makeup on my face in probably 3 weeks. And literally just opened up an essential oil the other day. And I was like, how long have I had this? Do you think this is still safe to put in this diffuser? I don't know. So like, maybe it's because I've never really been super passionate about any particular thing in the whole wide world. Maybe that's it, right? But here was something, we all got on this call for a business conversation, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's dinner time for the dogs. So I'm gonna have a business conversation with you. Here was something that 100% of the population was now my demographic when I found it, right? When I tried to share jewelry with people, my demographic was women who liked jewelry. And let's be real, the jewelry that I tried to share with people was Origami Owl. How many of you have heard of that? Okay, Origami Owl is like these little lockets, and you pick your little charms that go in there. Well, once you fill your locket with your charms, how many more lockets do you need? How many charms can I really have that represent my life, right? And how many lockets can I fill? I don't know. But once I had one party and I invited all my friends over, they didn't need any more lockets, right? You can only buy so many pieces of jewelry. You only have so many wrists, right? It's like Pandora. And I have 3 Pandora bracelets and they're full. But then once they're full, you can't fill anymore. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? So at some point, there's a stopping point. You will only ever need so many Pandora pieces, right? You'll only need so many lockets. When I tried to share makeup with people, my demographic was women who cared about their skin. When I tried to share whatever product with what my demographic was, a very small group of people. And my husband wasn't going to go out on the golf course and talk to his buddies about skincare. He just wasn't, right? But when I found ketones, I found a product that I could quite literally share with everybody. I found a product that my husband could talk to his buddies about on the golf course, right? Because he was out playing them, out walking them, out pacing them. They were panting and couldn't keep up, and he was way ahead on the green, right? They wanted a cart, and he was like, why are you taking a cart? We're young and athletic and healthy. Oh, wait, no, I am, you're not. Right? I'm fueled by ketones, you're fueled by that beer back there. Right? So it was something that 100% of the people needed. So my product that I wanted to share with people was something everybody could benefit from. Oh, that's a pretty good business decision, isn't it? Okay, that's pretty cool. Now let's try the product. Oh, shake it up, drink it, prick my finger, test my blood, prove that it works. Well, that's pretty darn cool. No other product that I can find on the market can I prick my finger and test my blood and prove it works. That's a pretty good business decision. Correct? Yes. Right? Oh, now let's also take into consideration that how many makeup companies in the whole wide world are there? Well, let's start listing them. I mean, I can think of Avon, Mary Kay, Unique. There's one pharmacy, Scient, There's one with like it's a palette and you put like 42 dots on your face. I don't know what it is. It actually looked really cool. I might try it. Who knows? It'll just add to the 42 piles of makeup that I have that I don't actually wear. Is that Seant? Is that what it is? I don't even know. But if my girlfriend wants makeup, they have 500 people they can choose from. If my girlfriend wants ketones, there's one brand. There's one company. There's only one ketone company. That's a pretty good business decision too, right? So I thought to myself on that day, 4 weeks before I shared it with Ashley, I said, well, this looks like a pretty good business decision. So if the product does what it says it's going to do, I'm all in. So I drank the product does what it says it's going to do. And like Ashley, our life has been completely shifted because of that. So like Ashley, we got busy and we went to work. My back was against the wall. I did not want to go back into a classroom. I had had the opportunity to stay home with our kids for a handful of years, and I did not want to go back into the classroom. So my goal at that time was to stay home. My goal at that time was to work, to put in the work. And I hope you can hear me here, because nothing worth having comes without effort, right? So I put in the work, and our life does look different, right? And I can talk to you about the passports we've put on our stamps, the stamps we've put on our passport. I can talk to you about the dream home that we built. I can talk to you about being able to purchase our children vehicles as they turn 16 and 17. I can talk to you about how our children will not have student loan debt, which, by the way, we were still paying off when we found Prove It as adults. We were still paying that off, right? And we'll be able to send our children into adulthood without it. I can talk to you about all that stuff. But like Ashley, like honestly, some of the biggest life-changing things that happened for us were, and I'm grateful for it now, being able to put gas in our car without freaking the freak out. Is this going to affect my ability to pay my bills this month? The gas. Being able to buy healthy groceries without it affecting my ability to pay the bills. Being able to pay the bills on time. Those were things that were seriously questioned in our budget when we found this. And so what I'm most excited about is being able to offer that opportunity to anybody who has that as a goal, who is sitting here, who hopped on this Zoom, who's like, listen, whether I just want to be able to, and I don't want to like use the word just, because that's not the right word, but whether I would like to be able to add some extra fun and freedom to my life and not have to worry about where I'm going to find it, or I need to change my financial picture, somewhere in between. Whatever that looks like for you, I'm excited that we get to show you how to do it, and do it with something that actually works. Do it with a team that has systems in place that can help you make it happen. That's what I'm most excited about. I think I probably told you 4 different stories at once. I'm sorry, Ashley. You know you can't count on me.
Such a multitasker, honestly. But really what she just said is, working with a team of people that have systems in place, and, what are systems? But honestly, I feel like you have to start a business with someone that you trust, that you enjoy spending time with, someone else that's successful. I know a lot of times people want to do a side hustle or a side job or something that they can do online from home, and they just don't get aligned with the right person, right? What I'm thankful for is we have a whole team of people. That's what I was talking about in the beginning, our community, from all walks of life. We have men, we have women, we have single moms, we have moms that homeschool 4 children, we have, people in their 20s doing this business, we have full-time teachers that are retiring, we have people that used to be a teacher, we have bankers, we have all walks of life, is my point. And we have it set up that whatever you need this to be, we have a system that we can help guide you along that path and make sure that you are as successful as you want to be. And I think that is so important, to get aligned with people that are here to support you. They've been through it. They know how to walk you through it, and they know how to make sure this is what you want it to be, not what they want it to be, how it can fit into your lifestyle, how it can work for your family. So we're going to talk about how do you get started? What does that mean? But let's touch on something that's really exciting right now. It's called our dollar, I can say it, our dollar keto club. So what does that mean? To be a promoter, you can start your business for $1. That is an annual membership. Okay, $1. If you paid it today, you would have that for an entire year. And that gives you access to everything that we have access to. So tonight, what we're doing here, we're doing this for our entire organization, for our entire team of people. So we decided to get together and say, hey, while we have this dollar keto club promotion available for our whole team, let's hop on here and chat, and we'll talk about what it means to be a promoter and share some stories and answer questions for people. So that's what you're going to get. That's one of the things that you're going to get. We're going to help you with your friends and your network and your family and people that you know, people that you want to talk to by doing things like this. We have calls that we can do individually for people that you know and that you love and you care about that are interested. We will talk to them on the phone with you. We will talk to them through Messenger, through text message, through other message apps, whatever that means for you. We'll talk to them in person if we live local to you. We'll help you get set up to make sure that you're comfortable with, how to share this, how to speak to people, what does that mean, all that jazz. So we're not going to get into all that tonight. But what I'm saying is we're going to give you all the tools that you need to make sure that you have every single thing that you need to be successful. And we don't just get you started and leave you alone. Whether you like it or not, we're going to be best friends for a long time. So we're always going to do this together. So if you need us, we're going to be there. Okay. We're going to give you every step that you need. Like, hey, you just got started. Now what? Okay, we'll do this and then do this. And then tell me when you did that, because then you're going to do this and then do this and then do this. So we're just going to keep doing that over and over and over till we get you to the level that you want to be. So that's what it means to be a promoter. But you get access to everything that we have access to. And sometimes, like a couple days ago, we got access as only a promoter to a brand new product and a new flavor that everybody else is not available to get right now. So we get a lot of awesome perks. You get an app that updates you with everything in your business. So anything that's happening, you get to see it firsthand in real time. You can see your prove-it bucks. So when customers are ordering, you can see that roll in immediately. We get paid weekly. We get paid monthly. You can earn your car bonus monthly. Lots of different ways that we get paid. Those are our rewards. But you get every single thing that we have. You get all that rolled into that dollar membership. Okay. And there's 4 different ways that you can get started. And in a minute, Mandy's going to screen share and show you the different promoter pack options. But the Dollar Keto Club membership gets you access to 4 promoter packs. So what does that mean? So I told you when I first got started, and Mandy too, we needed this to work. Okay. And I had previously been in accounting in a loan office position. So I had been out and about in the public in our local town. And so I knew a lot of people from that. And over time, I had kind of built up my Facebook network, just talking to people, stuff like that. So I knew that when I was ready to share, I was going to want to have product on hand. So she's going to talk to you about the different ways you can get started. But I want you to understand that you can get started however you want. But we're going to share with you the way that we got started, because we truly believe in our hearts. If you're ready to start a business and you want to go all in and you want to reach as many people as you can and you want to make the most income possible in your first 30 days of a brand new promoter, we're going to recommend a couple different packs to you because we know what they would do for your business if you had that. That's what it did for us. So Mandy, do you care to screen share and just show the different packs that are available right now for people to get started with the Dollar Keto Club?
I would love to, but it says host a disabled participant screen sharing. So you might have to turn it on for me.
Let me see how to do that.
Ashley may just have messed it up, y'all. But that's okay, because it's proof that you don't have to be smart to run a successful business.
Honestly, y'all, I'm winging everything. My eyeliner, my life.
Listen, Melanie thought that was rude, but
Melanie,
Ashley and I don't know. Well, I can't speak for Ashley, but one of my goals is to be the dumbest but richest people I know. I want to be dumb and successful. I want to prove to everybody that you do not have to be smart to be successful.
okay,
you just have to
see if you can do it now.
You just
Not
have to
rude, just woo!
You just have to be able to figure it out as you go. Okay, look, see? All right, y'all. Can everybody see? Give me a thumbs up. Cool. All All right. So first things first, I'm going to show you our two most popular ways to get started. These are our mini brand builders and our max brand builder. Okay, so two different options here, and I'm in love with them both. I'm in love with this max brand builder first and foremost, and I'm going to start here because this is where I think you should get started. When Ashley and I got started, we had nothing like this at all, but we got started with something that was the most similar to this, and so this is why we encourage you to get started here as well. So the Max Brand Builder is my favorite way for you to get started because it comes with 10 different flavors, which means that when you put together trial packs for people, you're going to be able to offer them the largest variety of our flavors on the planet. And the reason why I love that for your potential customers is because one of the number one things that people are worried about is not necessarily how much does it cost to get started, but it's, am I going to like the way this tastes? And so having this opportunity to not only taste 8 of our full-time flavors, but 2 of our seasonal flavors is going to give them this huge advantage to say, okay, I love all of these flavors. And if they don't love all of them, they'll be able to get a good idea of what profiles they do like. So it's going to help them go, okay, this stuff tastes good. And it's also going to give you this really great opportunity to help them know what flavors they're going to like moving forward, because we always put out really cool seasonal flavors. It's also going to give you an easier time selling your trial packs too, because you've got so many flavors. You're going to be able to say, I've got all 10 of these flavors, sell them as 10 packs, right? As 10 packs. So you're just going to be able to sell them a lot faster, in my personal opinion. The other thing that's really great about this Max Brand Builder is that it's 30% off. It's not the biggest discount you can get, and I'm going to go over that at the very end. It's the biggest discount you're going to see on this page. There is a secret to getting an even bigger discount. And so if you like to save a lot of money and if you like to make a lot of money, I'm going to give that over to you at the end. So only stick around if you love to make the most money possible and if you like to save the most amount of money possible. But right now, just for argument's sake, this is the biggest discount you can get until I tell you my secret at the end. So you're going to get 10 boxes. That's 200 servings. What's really cool about this is you can pull out 60 servings for yourself, which means you can drink 2 packets of ketones a day for the next 30 days, have an incredible experience for yourself, sell the rest as trial packs, earn back 100% of the money that you spent on this. This right here says 30 days of double go fast. What that means is that every time a new promoter joins your team, so again, this is especially if you really want to go after it. If you're like Ashley, if you're like myself, and you're like, I want to build a business, I have people that I want to come do this with me, I'm ready to make some money. This is going to give you double commission. So anytime somebody joins your team as a promoter, whatever you would have made, you're going to make twice as much. I don't know how your mom raised you. My mom raised me not to leave money on the table. It's just kind of this little thing. I don't know if it's like a family mantra. Maybe it's engraved in our family crest. It's just something I was taught. You know, if you're going to get hired for a babysitting gig, Mandy, if you have 2 options, if this family is going to pay you $10 an hour and this family is going to pay you $12 an hour, you take the $12 an hour. Same sort of thing here, right? So this gives you an opportunity to make more money. This also gives you 12 months at a rank 5 pass. What this means is, in simplest terms, imagine you just got a job at Costco and you have the really cool job. I would love this job, actually. If I were to work at Costco, this is the job I would want. I would want the job at the end of the day, like at the end of the line, where you're like leaving with your cart and they like highlight your receipt to make sure that you got you got all your stuff. Okay, they get to stand on the cushy little mat and they just make sure that, oh, did you really get 2 blackberries? Or if it's my cart, did you really buy 6 packs of bacon and 6 things of eggs? Yes, ma'am, we did. That's what we eat in our house, bacon and eggs. That's all, pretty much all we eat. Yep. Okay, you got hired for that job, but you're being paid like you're the district manager. Simplest terms, you got hired as the highlighter guy, but you're being paid as the district manager. Okay, so for a full year, you're getting a pay raise. Okay, and then you also get this perk down here, double all-star. Just to save us on time, this is normally a $1,000 bonus that you can earn, but because you came in with this big kit and we want you to earn back this $910, which by the way, it's normally $1,300, but it's $910 right now. We want you to earn all that money back. So we're going to give you $2,000 when you hit this bonus instead of $1,000. So as you can see, we really honor this investment that you've made in your business. So you're going to get this opportunity to make all of your money. Oh, you can't see me pointing. I'm pointing at it with my finger, but you can't see that. You're going to make all your money back when you sell the trials. You're going to make all your money back again when you hit this all-star bonus. And then you have multiple opportunities here to increase your income as well. Okay. So if that's not where you can come in, and I just want to also hit on something real quick here, Ashley. We have an opportunity. We've partnered with Sezzle. So if at any point you're like, man, that is really how I should come into this business, but I just can't afford it right now, you can check out with Sezzle as an option, and Sezzle allows you to break your payments up. So just keep that in consideration and get with the person who invited you to this call or shared this recording with you, because that could be an option for you as well. A lot of times what I'm finding is we're getting people started with this Max brand builder. And before that first payment is even, you start with your first payment, and before that next payment is even due, we've earned all the money back. So you don't have to worry about it. The next option is this mini brand builder. So you're getting 5 boxes instead of 10. So you're not getting all these flavors, but you're still getting a really great selection of them. It's about half the price. You're getting 22% off instead of 30. So you're not making as much when you sell your trials, but you're still getting a nice little profit. You're still able to keep some for yourself and sell the rest as trials, but you notice you're not getting all of those same bonuses. If that's not the right option for you, that's okay. All right, you still have these 2 other great options that allow you to come in on the Dollar Keto Club, like Ashley was saying. So instead of the $49 US promoter membership, it's the $1. This best bundle, which is 2 10-day challenges, the Keto Pro, Mitoplex, and a 24 fast. This is still a really great bundle because you have an opportunity to make trial packs. You get to keep a 10-day challenge for yourself and make trial packs. Or you could do the better bundle, which is just 2 During Ketones challenges and the Mitoplex. You still have an opportunity to make some trial packs here. In my personal opinion, not enough to make your money back with trial packs here. So if you're looking for an opportunity to join the business and at the end of the day have not actually spent any money, I'm going to encourage you to look at these packs because we can help you sell trial packs and break even. Does that make sense? Anything else I missed, Ashley? Oh, the how to get the bigger discount. I almost forgot to tell you the secret. Okay, this Max brand builder comes in all charged or all caffeine free. Same with the mini brand builder. If you buy 2 of these and you're like, oh my God, Mandy Mitchell, 2 of them? What do you think? I have a money tree in my backyard? Okay, but if you buy 2 of them, you actually get 40% off. And so it would drop the whole total down to like $1,500 some dollars, I think. I can't do math. Again, remember, my goal is to be the most successful dumb person. So don't ask me to do math. But it's like $1,500 and some dollars, and you would get 20 boxes, and your profit off of that would be like close to $1,000. So you would not only make all of your money back, but you would make $1,000. So make your money back, make $1,000, make another $1,000. It's really awesome. Okay, done. I'm going to stop my share right now.
And like Mandy said, that's how we got started. And it was because, well, like we said, we didn't have the money. So that was a bigger reason to do it. We didn't have the money.
In my car, there's my water bottle. I forgot to bring it up.
Sorry, Christine, I love you. We didn't have the money to get started. And I was 31. So to say that was kind of like, well, then you have to do it. You know what I mean? If at that point in my life, I didn't have the extra income to put towards something like that, then I had to figure out how to make it work. So I did. I actually didn't have we didn't have Sezzle at the time, the payment option plan. So I actually went through my house and I sold random stuff and I made the money to buy that larger pack. And it was the best thing that I did, because not only did I take those boxes and turn them into trial packs like this, like Mandy talked about, and share those with people. So I recouped all my money. I got lots of new customers. I got lots of people saying, hey, I'm interested. I'm ready to get started. I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. So I had a huge client base immediately because I unloaded all those trials. So I started my business with money in my pocket after I sold all the trials and lots of new customers. So it was a huge win-win. And then I was able to go on and double my money because of that max pack and the perks that it comes with. Something else that's really cool is when you get started with your business, we understand that you want to go, like you want to make that money, you want to see it quick. So we have 2 really awesome bonuses that you can earn in your first 30 days. We call those GoPro and MVP. And we have a really short little video we can share with you. If you get back with whoever invited you, we can send that link over to you to watch. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long, but it explains how those bonuses work. But you can earn about $1,200 to $2,000 in your first month by earning those bonuses. So we want you to have that quick cash to put back in your pocket to feel confident in your business, confident in yourself, and confident to go out and reach out to people and say, hey, do this business with me. Okay. And that's what we want you to do is when we get started with you, we want you to be able to reach out to the 2 people that you love the most and start them on ketones. But then the 2 people that you think would be great at doing this business with you and saying, hey, Shannon, I just got started in this new business. I really don't know much about it yet, other than I love how I'm feeling with the product. I'm really excited about it. I've met a couple ladies that have shared their success with me, and I know that we can do this. You should do it with me. You'd be great at this. You know, you've got an awesome personality. You've had this job before. You've done this before, and I think you'd be great at this. Let's figure it out together and do it together. That's what we did. And we did it on repeat until I was able to learn how to speak to people, what to say, what it meant, all that jazz. But we hold your hand every step of the way and give you all that verbiage to use. Now, obviously, I'm from Kentucky. I say y'all. So if you don't talk like that, you're not going to say that. But we'll help you with things to say, how to reach out to people so you're comfortable and you're confident. But it's really all about that. It's just saying, hey, I decided to invest in myself. Now, who can I go talk to? And that's really it. And we just do that over and over and over again. So next thing, I hear this all the time, right? Well, what if I make a post on Facebook, or what if I reach out to these 5 people and they ask me questions? Then what do? Go into the witness protection program, throw my phone in the river? None of those things. This is what you're going to do. You're going to reach out and say, Ashley, I reached out to those 5 people you told me, and I'm pretending like I'm texting. Why do I do this? Like, who texts like this anyway? Me, apparently. You're going to say, hey, Ashley, I reached out to those 5 people and now they have questions. What do? And I'm like, oh, hallelujah. That's awesome. Throw them each in an individual message with me. I'm going to help you. And so I take over and I help you answer their questions. And then we also have tons of awesome resources. We have our Prove It TV. We have our doctors that do videos every Wednesday. You have a question, we have an answer for you. We have something that you can share as a resource to answer that question for that person. But we've got you covered on all that stuff. You don't have to know all that. To get your business started, you only have to know, hey, I'm ready for something to change. I deserve more. I want to do this. And something else I'm really going to encourage you to do over the next, tonight, the next couple of nights while you're thinking about it is, what do you actually want? What are you doing here? You're on this Zoom for a reason. Something led you to be here, but what actually is that thing? What is that scary thing that keeps you up at night? What's that dream that you have in your heart when you look out and you're taking a minute and you're just checking out outside, or you're pausing out the window at the stoplight? What is it that you're thinking about? What's that why? What would you like to have? If you could have anything from this business, what would that be? What would that number look like monthly? Or what would that thing be that you could do for yourself or for your family or for somebody? I want you to think about that. And then I want you to share it with the person that invited you. And then say, hey, this is where I am. This is how confident I am with this, or this is how comfortable I am. This is what I'm good at. I would like to work on this. How can I get started? How can we make this work for me? This is what I would need from this. Because when I got started, the number that I needed at the time is very different than now. Then I needed to pay off that first credit card statement when it came in because I bought that box and I couldn't afford it. Remember that? So I needed to pay that monthly payment. That's what I first needed. And then I needed to, okay, well, now that I saw that I did that pretty quickly, I'd like to pay off one of my mom's medical bills when it comes in instead of just making the minimum $5 payment, just so they don't come and kill me and harass me. And then it was, okay, well, I'd like to actually pay off this whole credit card. So my whys continue to change over time because I saw that I was able to do this with the help of those quick bonuses we got in the first 30 days, selling all those trial packs, reaching out to more and more people. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. That's your homework. If I never see you again, I still want you to think about that. If Prove It's not the thing for you, if Prove It ends up being something that you decide, okay, I don't align with these girls, they're a little bit crazy, that's not what I feel in my heart, then what is it? I was thinking about this earlier. I'm 37 and I look at my baby nephew and he's my great nephew. And how am I old enough to have a great nephew? And where did this line come from right here? All those things I'm thinking about. And it really all boils down to is life is going by so quickly. And this is not a dress rehearsal, folks. Like, this is our one shot. So I'm not trying to get all sappy on you here, but if you came tonight to see what this is all about because you're needing something else, then you're needing something else. And we'd love to have you do it with us here at Prove It. But if it turns out that Prove It's not it, I encourage you to figure out what it is that makes you happy. What do you really want from life? What would you like to see happen for your future and for your family? What would you love to do? Because if we just continue to sit around and wish, we're going to get nothing from it. But if we take action and we give it a shot, it could work. Mandy and I love doing this together. We love helping people get started in this business because I love to see someone start out like I did 6 years ago and say, oh my gosh, girl, you're about to die. Like, you're coming to me right now and you're crying because you're so sad. You've had this thing happen in your life and you just don't know where to turn and you don't know what's going to be next. I can't wait to help you change that in a couple months. I can't wait to help you flip that script. Or maybe it's a mom that she doesn't want a full-time extra income. She wants to send her daughter to camp every summer and she can't afford it because she's a single mom, or maybe they need some renovations done on their home because someone in their house is handicapped and they'd like to put in wheelchair accessible things and they want to just pay for that and not out of their regular pocket. Maybe they need grocery money. Maybe they'd like to eventually buy a family vehicle and they don't want to have to take out a loan. Maybe they want to go on vacation, or maybe they want to change their entire financial situation. But what I do know is whatever they need or whatever you're needing or you would like to have, this could be it for you. The only way it can't work is if you don't try it at all. And so I've just kind of rambled, Mandy, but I just felt led to say that because the older I get, the more I think, gosh, it's going by so quickly. I'm so thankful that 6 years ago I said, yeah, I'll try that and just see what happens. And it turned out to be something wonderful. That's where I am right now, y'all. I'm just feeling really like, y'all, the time has come. Let's go outside and march. Y'all meet me in my front yard. Nobody lives
I
here.
love it. I think that was so good. I'm glad that's the way you wrapped it up because the time passed anyway, right? Like, it's been 5.5 years since we started doing this and the time passed anyway.
Yep.
The time passed anyway.
The time passed anyway, and we had fun doing it instead of, there was a time when I got up every day and I dreaded going where I was going. Or I had 2 weeks time off, and if somebody else got sick and the rest of the year, I didn't get paid for that. They didn't care about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that was reality before this. And now the time freedom is actually probably better than the income freedom, the financial freedom.
Mm-hmm. And you want to know what? It's so funny. I just, right before we were popping on here, when you were like, oh, let's send everybody these quick reminders. And y'all, at this point, I'm just being honest, you can pop off. There's nothing else we're going to share that's like, this is what you got to do next. What you have to do next is get with the person who invited you to this call or who shared this recording with you and say, like, I'm not only just say like, hey, I'm ready to get started, but if you know which route is the way to get started for you, like say, like, I think this is the way I want to get started. Or I need help figuring out how to get started. But the reality is, like, when we first got started, I didn't know really how I was going to take care of some regular ass bills that we had that week popping up. And then when we were getting ready to pop on this call, and I was like, oh, I got to go get my charger. Jack, that's my husband, he was running outside with this mat. Yesterday I was out running errands and I was at Home Goods, and there were these like cooling mats for your dog. Okay, and they're like these mats that you put on the floor, and they have these like little gel pockets inside them, and they're supposed to stay like 10 to 15 degrees cooler than the room so that your dogs stay cool. And this is my desperate attempt to get the dogs to stop sleeping with us, because there's just a paw or a butt or a tail in my face all night long. And as much as I love them, I'm like, I haven't slept in 6 months. This puppy he's so adorable, but I haven't slept in 6 months. It's like having a baby. So I'm like, he's so hot and he just moves and tosses and turns. I'm going to put these mats on the ground and he'll sleep on this mat. It didn't work, Ashley. It didn't work. He still slept in our bed. Well, Jack is running past me with this mat and it's leaked. It's leaking. There's just gel leaking out all over it. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. The dog was playing with it and he punctured it and there's gel. So I'm throwing it away. And I just think back, literally, I just went 6.5 years ago, that would have literally destroyed me. 6.5 years ago, the fact that I spent $54 on this freaking gel. First of all, I wouldn't have probably even spent $54. I wouldn't have been able to spend $54 on a gel mat. Yes, you can drink that. I wouldn't have been able to spend $54 on a gel mat for my dog. Like, who would have done that? I would. Who does that? It would not me. It wouldn't have been me. But the fact that we've owned it for less than 24 hours and he just took it out to the trash, it would have crumbled me. It would have destroyed me. I would have been like, no, where's the receipt? I'm finding the receipt. I'm taking it back to Home Goods and driving there right now. I'm going to beg for my money back. Literally, I was just like, oh, well, okay. Those are the kinds of things, y'all, that can make or break whether or not you can be a sane human being. And when I tell you like that, those are the things that are more important to me more often than not, than whether or not I've been to Scotland. Yes, those are the things that are more important to me, because when you do not feel like you are going to crumble because you're financially strapped, you can be a better wife. You can be a better mom. You can be a better friend. You can be a better neighbor. You can be a better human being. When you can just when you can just like go, okay, I accept this opportunity to get myself out of a financial pickle. And that's what I did. You know, I don't know. I'm just very passionate about that part, about what that's done for my life. Not being so stressed to freak out all the time.
No, really, it's the small things that people take for granted that used to stress you out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, does anyone
For real.
have questions or anything else they want to add or unmute or pop in the chat?
I know we've been on here for forever. You should probably don't ever want to ask me to do one of these calls ever again.
No, we loved it for real. It
You
was
probably
great.
texted Jessica. She's our other bestie. You probably texted her and were like, please don't ever make me do one of these calls with Mandy again. We were on
Actually, text Jessica and said I've decided to go to Avon.
Oh. Well, at least it's not Tupperware.
True. I don't even know where half my Tupperware is, so I'd be terrible at that.
Me too.
Okay. Well, listen, we love y'all so much for being on with us. Hopefully you got something from this that was helpful. And hopefully you have someone that you thought about tonight that wasn't here with you that you'd love to share this recording with. I will have this out later today, but love y'all so much. Appreciate you and hope you'll have an awesome weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.